Hello, and welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are currently in Phoenix Wright Justice for All, which is the second part of the trilogy, in the second trial. And we are starting with trial number 1. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean? No. I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way! I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yup. I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that? Oh, he's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd only seen him yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. He was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya, I forgot. You don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Ahem! Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? It was something of a personal nature. I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Ow! Make no mistake. I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of uncommon blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool, who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. And because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation?
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct.
Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room.
What were they doing in there?
They were channeling a spirit, sir.
Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room.
Ah, and that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. Floor plans, crime scene, a diagram of the channeling chamber. So, how was the victim killed?
I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, then. Witness testimony, the cause of death.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot.
This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
Dr. Gray's autopsy report. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank.
The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Cross-examination. All right. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot. Let's just talk about that. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
The victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on the pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
The fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant Maya Fey's were also on the grip, sir.
Uh-oh.
So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Point blank, huh? So how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Excuse me?
Gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around She seems like the type of character that it's better not to Google. Yes, I would recommend that. Yes, yes, I would. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, I never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. How did you not know that? But, let's see, before the victim was shot, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, and of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? Oh, this does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wound was severe, not enough to cause instant death. Alright. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. And after a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Okay. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ugh, what a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Pistol, murder weapon, was Gray's, 2 shots fired, bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Okay. Knife, murder weapon, a small fruit knife, belongs to the Fays and bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse, as if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Come on, we've played this series enough, right? We gotta go. Gotta go balls out. Plead not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing the murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now see here. Proceedings are run by... Yeah! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective. Give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Incriminating evidence? Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood splatters on it. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name, it's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. Alright. Even more incriminating. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right, just please. Stop glaring at me like that. The costume the defendant was wearing. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when they arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? You could gleam. Gleam from this piece of evidence. Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Yes. Miss Von Kama is perfectly correct. Not even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Let's keep pressing. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. No, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. Let's see. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. I'm trying to get ahead of it here. What is wrong about this costume? The only thing I can think of is that the blood splatters don't seem correct with the way he was killed. There's something off about that. So let's see. There's one little thing. Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Is it the bullet hole in it? That's kind of obvious. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you could make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order! 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 This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Alright. Press the check button for more details. Got it. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Good job, Gumshoe. Huh? Is she actually smiling?
What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke. Nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Kama has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you don't find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. There is a problem with that statement now. Because there's a gunshot in the... Yeah, no. There's something stinky about that. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot.
Is this what it means to not fight back? Hey, you're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
All right, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is it with that? Are you finished yet, Laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Karma?
It seems that my FA was shot at by the victim. However, that is not only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Now that you... Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No.
Well, yes, that's true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so? Ah!
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
Huh? You mean, by myself? You want me to put together this scenario all by myself? Ah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
What's transpired?
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
This scenario you've put together does make sense.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright?
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
What transpired? Alright, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim. There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant, and in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? My FA was in the middle of channeling, was she not? Huh? When channeling with the Kurain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurain channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about? I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
The victim used the last of his strength to fight back. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe, about 10 times the dizziness? Ah! Sorry.
The two were fighting, the victim took out his gun, okay. Where in the world did that pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something?
The victim took a shot.
But because they were too close, he missed, yeah. It's another one of those, Japanifornia things. Guns illegal. Though I don't know, given the state of California anymore. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me? I wonder.
Now do you understand?
Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is gonna uncover the truth. I can feel it. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got here? Because they were too close. Let's see, we have the murder weapon. Yeah. Crime scene floor plan. Yep. Okay. Stabbed in chest, then shot at point blank. Yeah. 2 shots were fired. Okay. Okay, this is all making sense so far. I'm trying to find a contradiction. We have this, but I'm not sure if that really means anything. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Let's look at this costume in more detail. Yeah, there's something strange about the blood on this costume. Like, that's bothering me. I thought about it before. And... because he didn't miss. He hit. Technically speaking. He hit the costume. Which, hang on a second. I want to look at that again. Alright, here's a thought I'm having. Like, that's the robe part, right? But we don't know if that would have actually hit her or not. I mean, who knows? But that's at least worth presenting. Let's see. Hey, I think it worked. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where was the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Oh, let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike, the doctor took a shot. There. That should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something about it does not make sense. Gotta be. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yow! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. There was a fight. Yes. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Well... Oh. The folding screen bullet. That's gotta be it. Oh, yeah. Cause think about it. Yeah, that gives us a very definite idea about what the fight was. So we can do some stuff with this. I think that's gotta be it. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Gah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, and then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order! This changes everything! Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Well, shouldn't she be right in front of the hole? Like, right there? She was standing here near the folding screen. Wait a second! We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma.
If she was shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Duh! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright! You! I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Oh yeah, it does. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the true final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen?
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job.
Oof.
All right, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... Huh? Blast radius a disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh, of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic?
Huh? How is it all my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing the 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
To be continued. All right. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Whew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully and made theories, and you tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, I guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. June 21st, 11:43 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2.
The court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix! How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza!
Name and occupation.
Not to clear. What in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine? That ain't fine, that's a whip. Yeah.
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. And now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course is short for you reckon? Of course I did. Yeah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here is the picture. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. The way she's standing is all wrong, though. A picture taken at the murder scene. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. We also have, kind of hanging over this, we have the key, which I remember from last time was an outlier, because that door was supposedly locked, and Maya had the key, but Pearl had the key. Let's see. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Ugh. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into that room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only two of them went into that channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear a gunshot. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? Must have heard it as well. Ugh. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, we rushed into the room. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke this door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing, that was great. Oh, you're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And? What did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Let's press a little harder. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Remember she was all like ring looking. She had like the hair down her face and all that. Something was up there. She was going full Sadako on us. Yeah, I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya or not. Am I correct? Well, you see, Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly. Rats, and I'm trapped like one, again. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rick Given?
Huh?
What in the... Rick Given, you know. You reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once more. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What? You got a problem? Rick Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as Reckin Given... What?
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I gonna do if I just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have their judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Let's see. Can we present anything? Let's see. So, proving it's not Maya in the photo. That's a really good question. So we have the news clipping, we have Maya's photo here. Dr. Gray. I mean, her position is really weird. She's actually technically standing where she would shoot the hole into the screen almost. So that's a weird thing. The clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder, so we already did that. The pistol, 2 shots fired, that all makes sense. Dr. Gray's autopsy makes sense. I don't know. I kind of feel like saying don't present anything yet and see what happens.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove it, my argument.
That's enough.
Is that it? Is this all I could do?
I think it's quite obvious to the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100%. Impossible.
Miss Von Kammer, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning will not be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say?
But pearls?
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
But how?
She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. And she said I was murdered. What? And then, yeah, Lotto takes the pictures. Yep. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotto one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. But furthermore, any unrelated—
It's fine. I will allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
I mean, I have someplace I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck,
what am I supposed to be talking about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it.
See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Witness's account, part 2. Okay. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like, as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Witness's account, part 2. When you broke into that, all I could focus on, okay? So, what did she look like?
You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person?
She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We've already made that point abundantly clear.
Oh yes, that's true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I'm kind of scared of the dead body, didn't take a good look at it. Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all.
Huh? Well, I reckon that's possible.
If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if that was that? What if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe...
Ow! A foolish fool.
Spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are you all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, okay? And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. But this gal's gonna get the dirt in the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nice, tag teamed in stereo. I guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. But you still managed to point the camera at Maya and take a shot. 2, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's that other picture you've been withholding?
Oh, no, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
Well, then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? The prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What?
Von Karma? Miss Von Karma? You are hiding critical evidence?
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Should we confront her or leave it to the judge? I don't know, the judge seems kind of mad too. Let's see what he says. I'm so mad that even my throat's clenching up. I better let the judge handle this.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think the pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Lotta's photo 2. Alright. Okay.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya?
It's not Maya.
Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey.
Well, yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body is taking on a different appearance.
There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant.
Order! 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 Well, yes. I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you'd better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karma? What do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can...
Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word, if I may. Mia! Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that This person? This person is the defendant, Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture isn't Maya? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Yes, we can. Yeah. Where's the bullet hole? In the sleeve. Your Honor.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange in this picture? Right here. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
And that's exactly what's so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Should be there?
Oh! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
All right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending grin all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see. You're on there. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth. I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter has to be someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah! Why me?
The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Whoa! I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing.
There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see. Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, this person in this picture is not the defendant. Then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Or do you think you have enough on you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? The key. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix. So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Maya had left the room? Yeah. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
The key, right? It's gotta be. Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen it.
Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Huh? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she didn't have the key at the time of her arrest.
Oh, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you.
No! It seems we've come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Oh, don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done it. Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. All right, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. To be continued. We're going to save. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back.
All right, I am back. Let's continue. June 21st, 3:24 p.m. Kurine Village.
Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick.
You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway.
I thought about this a little.
Huh?
If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man...
She definitely didn't.
Well, yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person.
Yes, Pearls.
Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad.
Let's talk about it. So, what did you think of seeing your first trial?
I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before.
Oh.
And Mystic Maya looks so small and helpless.
Well, Maya's already naturally short, so...
And then that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes.
Roughly... Oh. Oh, she means Francisca.
She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she'd already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm gonna tell her what I think of her tomorrow.
I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Prosecutors.
Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya?
Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win.
That's terrible. But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside. Right?
There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy. Eventually.
He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgyworth?
That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore.
Huh? He clutched on to his foolish pride too fiercely, and he died for it. Oh, that's too bad.
By the way,
yes? What is it?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you?
Why are you asking me?
No, I was just thinking earlier.
I didn't see anything.
She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls, and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? Talk about your alibi. I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime.
Huh?
Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened?
What was I doing? Oh, I wasn't doing anything.
She's really bad at lying.
You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise.
Oh, psych lock. 2 of them.
Yeah! I guess you can see through my lie, huh?
Yeah, clearly.
I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick?
Well, let's get to the Magatama, I guess. Or can I? You really won't tell me what you were doing at the time of the murder? I'm sorry. But with the Magatama, I can unlock your psych locks, right?
Yes, oh, what should I do? Should I tell you what my secret is?
If you would just tell me, it would be easier for the both of us.
I'm so nervous.
Pearls is holding the key to this whole case, I can feel it. Speaking of keys, this one turned out to be quite important too. I didn't think it would literally be the key to today's trial, though. Alright. Alright, Magatama time. Pearl's alibi. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay?
But what if I can't just tell you what happened?
Well, then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound?
What? You can do that?
You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you?
Yes.
Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right?
What makes the most sense? Was she in the Winding Way? You were here, weren't you, at Pearls in the Winding Way? Wow, you got it. So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Man, oh man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was Pearls doing in the Winding Way? The key, right? So, I feel just a little better. Huh? You are a lawyer, but you're also still just a person after all. Ah, shoot. Sorry, I'll get it right this time. Okay, well... Alright. What was she doing in the Winding Way? Let's see, what was she doing? Do we have enough on this yet? I wonder if there's more we need to find out. Yeah, I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Let's look around some more. June 21st, Fay Manor, Meditation Room. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Can we go to the channeling chamber? Certainly. June 21st, Fay Manor, channeling chamber. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? It looks like she's talking to a picture. Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in the... Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Just curious, but that picture you were just looking at... Oh, today was that event, was it not, good sir? I heard you did well. Huh? Oh, yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had a previous engagement, as I had to watch over the trainees' training today. I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about that picture. All because the master can't be here with us, you understand. And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this. Talk about what happened. Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes. Could you possibly be more patronizing? Training. So, do the students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However, and I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? Mr. Wright! Yes. Wow, she got real scary real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? Next question, please. Oh man, she's really paying a bane in the butt about this. Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. Talk about the master, I guess. So the master is, Maya's mother, right? Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium. Right, so Misty was the mother who channeled the guy in Edgeworth's father's murder case, and he said, and it turned out the wrong person killed him, and all that stuff happened, and then she was framed by Wright, who was the guy who killed Mia in the first game, and he ruined her name, and she disappeared, and no one has seen her since then. And she's the mother of Maya and Mia. And where is she now? We are not sure. Not sure. About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit, which was Edgeworth's father. And after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village, in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Oh, I see. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to Kurine Village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid... I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. Is there anything else we can talk about? How about the key? You want to tell me about that? This is the key to this room. That's right. But why do you have it, good sir? That I'm not telling. Return it at once! I can't. It's evidence, after all. I think she knows exactly how important this key is to this murder. But what is this feeling I'm getting from her? It feels... I can't describe it. I wonder what it is. Alright. I think we... Let's see, anything going on in the Winding Way? June 21st, Fay Manor, Winding Way. Looks like there's no one here. And even though the weather is gorgeous today, it's raining inside my heart. Alright, let's head into the... Wait. Side room. Yeah. Side room. I don't think there's anything to look at yet. Side room. June 21st, Fay Manor, side room. The bedding is all laid out today, too. Guess I'll leave them alone for now. Oh, is Eeny Meeny sleeping again? Alright. We can go to Kurine Village. I don't think we have enough yet. We haven't gotten any new evidence. Wright & Co. June 21st, Wright & Co. Law Offices. This case has had me out of the office most of the time. I can come back tomorrow. Helping Maya should be my top priority now. Alright. Let's go to the detention center. June 21st, Detention Center Visitors Room. Maya must still be in questioning. She'll probably be done in a little bit, so I'll come back later. Oh, okay. So we can't do anything yet there. What does Pearl have to say about the key? That's a good question. About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where did you find this? I found it in the incinerator. The incinerator? Is she talking about that one in the garden? The door in it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you gonna tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes. If she finds out I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. Ah, I gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, alright? The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Alright. That's in the Winding Way. June 21st, Fay Manor, Winding Way. Oh, wait, there's something that wasn't there before. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. And they're now running at top speed towards me. Oh, hey! Like, you're that dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Oh, like real suave. So it's like my turn. It's nice to see you too. So what's up? You're all out of breath. Like, huh? Oh, like you mean, like, I'm just totally happy and like totally excited to be here. Excited? Oh, like, I mean, there are so many things to like see. It's like the real deal here. Oh, really? For example? Well, for example, like that urn over there. You like know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. Let's talk to you. Is there some sort of legend connected with that? I am? Is it an I am legend? Is Will Smith in that urn? Is what's shreds left of Will Smith's dignity in that urn? Is there some sort of legend connected with this urn? Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure. Huh. Didn't know that. And like, I sailed inside that urn. Huh. It's? What are you talking about? Well, like, you know, Amy Faye's spirit. Amy Faye? Who's that? Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the Crime channeling technique was Mystic Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Fae will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Oh, see, this urn wasn't put back right then. So it says I am, but actually it should say Amy. Huh. Romantic, huh? If that urn is really as important as she says, it could be a vital clue. Eenie, I wanted to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Gray's, remember? As if there's another one? Oh, that one! Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on. What a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh, yeah. You only introduced Dr. Gray to Crime Village. No relation, sure. Even if you're only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic. Traffic accident. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to, like, do with the murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Uh-oh. Cyclops? Like, what is it? Looks like I'm gonna need something to pry your mouth open on this one. Alright. Let's do some examining. So, there's a spirit in this urn, huh? All I can see are a bunch of cracks. But I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks? Looks like something's written on it. I am? Huh, weird. Amy's spirit's face sealed within, it's chipped and cracked all over. And then let's look at this. That's right. Pearl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume. There's blood on it. A teeny bit, but still. Unburned remains found inside the garden incinerator. A small amount of blood is on it. Cloth scrap. Interesting. So someone tried to burn this. And this key was also found in there. I get the feeling this incinerator played a crucial part in this murder. And we got Cyclops on her. Alright. I wonder if Maya's free yet. June 21st, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Hey, Nick. I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So, how was it? What did you find out? Well, I found a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. Let's talk about today's trial. So how was it? Today's trial, I mean. You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie. Now don't be silly. I've seen the Phoenix Wright movie. It's quite silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're gonna win this, Maya. Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Cray wasn't me, was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. Well, if that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. That's exactly what Lotta said, too. Not guilty. Nick? Yeah? Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. My sis? What did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Well, now that you mention it... Wait, then I really am? You're not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. Drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's... Alright, Pearl's alibi. I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never! She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great, and cute. I didn't really think she was the murderer, but she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right? Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. The ball. So about this ball, it's nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Pearly's always hiding in there. You know the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. The clothing box in the side room, huh? Interesting. Alright, well, let's go look at it. June 21st, Crime Village. Ah! Hey, wait, please, Lotta! She ran off into the manor. Huh, and Pearls is gone, too. June 21st, Fay Manor, meditation room. Lotta! Ah! Hey! I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me, and they'll turn to dust. Is she in the winding way? Oh, no. In the side room. Let's check it out. June 21st, Fay Manor, side room. I'm pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Wait. It's a steel samurai ball. It's Pearls' ball. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? Pearls' favorite toy. She was playing with it at the time of the murder. Oh, did she break the urn and hastily try to put it back together? It's the clothing box where Pearls' ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside. Ah! What? What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person. Just another piece of human trash. I needed a hole to crawl into. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Okay. It's a girl in a box. Oh man, huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. Man, this case is all about the small holes, isn't it? And it's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this... There's a hole that looks like a bullet hole about 8 inches off the ground. Interesting. That's interesting. Who's that? Excuse me. Who am I talking to? There's no one here. Really? Sure looked like somebody was there. It's a decorative wooden bear. Pays Crane Village, the heart of channeling. It's easy to spot bears here. Yep. It's the clothing box where Pearls keeps her ball. I thought I felt my soul take off for a second when Lotta jumped out at me. So it's big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if she can be called an adult. That is a good question. Alright. Well, we have the ball now. Yeah, I have a distinct... I'm just thinking here. I have a distinct feeling that Pearl broke the vase with the ball, and she tried to fix it. Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? Oh, you know, the person with the fluffy cotton candy hair. Oh, she means Lotta. She said, "Don't look at me with them eyes," but I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you, going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome. Okay, bye, Lotta. We didn't need you in this plot anyway, I guess. Alright. Present the Magatama. Alright, I think we can do this now. Pearl's alibi. Alright, Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Now, the murder, you were in the Winding Way. Yep. You were in the Winding Way. Yep, we got it. So. Alright, I think I know what you were doing there. Yeah. What was it you were doing? You were trying to fix the urn, right? So? Oh, no? Oh, it's the ball first. Okay. Ball first. You were playing with this ball, right? Oh, that's right. How did you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Well, yeah, I was playing with my ball. Huh? Huh? And then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad? What do you mean, something? Nothing happened. This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. The vase broke. This urn. It's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the crime technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Oh, please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? Oh, the ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell that urn has been broken? Oh. The I am. And... Can we... Yeah, her. Okay. Who started the Kurine channeling technique? Huh? Oh, it was Mystic Amy. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. Oh! I thought it was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn and made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Unlock successful. Nice. Okay, now we can actually talk to her about this. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the Winding Way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Amy's spirit fly away. But don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so you thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean Winding Way? Yes. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. So about how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm gonna get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done, and a happy resolution. Phew! Alright. So now we know the sacred urn. That's good. But what next? Let's see. She's still there. She's still got her psych lock. Yeah, profile-wise, what do we got going on? You know what? That picture looks a lot like yeah. Wow, so like the currying technique is the real deal. I'm gonna like have to write about it in like my school report for school. Hey, so like you'll give me this picture for like the report, right? No way. All right, so that's Eeny Meeny and Mimi Meeny. Yeah, that looks exactly like the person in the picture. Interesting. Huh. Her older sister died. Got it. Lotta, I'm just checking the profiles so we know who everybody is, because I forgot earlier that you can present people as evidence in this one. Alright. Anything going on in the side room? No. Winding Way. Okay. Anything new in the channeling chain? Oh, there is. Hey, Morgan. Yes, what is it? And must you be so noisy? We have a rule here. The hallway is not for running. Now then, in a calm manner, ask your question. Okay, anyway. Did you see Lotta come by here? Ah, that girl from the Heartland. I'm sorry, but she did not pass by here at any time. Ugh, Lotta. You sure know how to waste a man's time. Alright. She must be here. June 21st, Karine Village. Whew. I think I've found out everything I can, but I can't see how it all adds up. And is Eeny Meeny being here just a coincidence? Hey, mister, how is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Eeny's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. I wish I knew a little more about Amy, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Yeah, Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks? But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? As for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Let's talk about things. Today's trial. Look, I'm real dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me? Yeah, we can do that. Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Oh, thank goodness. I'm still, what? No, nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know? Gibberish. Now then, Lotta Heart, at your service. Huh? I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Lotta not taking money? Now I know this one's an alien clone. Let's talk about the murderer. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Eeny Meeny? Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? That granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Eeny, which means she might have already found some info about our mysterious Eeny. Can we present her profile? That's Eeny Meeny, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you knew anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I heard as much. I'd also heard that Amy was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Karine Village. You don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Yes. What about her sister? Nope. Don't know nothing about that. Well, nah, that's too bad. Alright. Eeny Meeny. Speaking of Eeny, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? It'll cost you. It'll cost you a lot. Oh, silly me. Here I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Hospitalized? But why? Well, heck, you can go find out on your own, huh? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it was gonna be annoying, I reckoned, so I didn't actually go there. Ugh. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds... ew. I mean, look, don't blame this on... never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. The hottie clinic. Interesting. Can we go there now? Yep. Let's see. June 21st, the Hottie Clinic reception. So this is where Eeny was hospitalized. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Yes. Are you a doctor here? Yes. I am Director Hottie. Ho-ho! Ah! I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. Yes. So what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eeny Meeny. Miss Meeny? Miss Eeny Meeny? Oh, yes. Oh, her. Ah, it's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. Huh? You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Sweetums, calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh to an old man like me. Don't you dare start that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, I got it. Yes. Yes? Don't yes me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie. Ho. The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Ugh. Hottie clinic. So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Oh, yes. We treat all sorts of doctory clinical stuff. Oh, yes. Doctory clinical stuff? Well, I don't actually know. I particularly care about the details. Oh, yes. What does that look for? Aha, yes. There's a really big general hospital around the corner. Yes. One that can't accommodate everyone. They move some of their patients here. You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgery here, it seems. It seems? Yes, It seems that way. Eeny meeny. So what do you know about Miss Eeny Meeny? Now you're talking. Yes, that girl. She was transferred from the general hospital. From the general hospital to here? What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad, really bad. So what kind was it? Yes, well, no. You see, that's something... Nope. I can't tell you. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. It's all in those TV shows, too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes? I'm never gonna get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this rate. There's gotta be something I can show to this old coot. This one. No, this one. So what do you know about this? I see this, and my mind's blank. Yes. It's boring, that's why. Boring! Oh, yes. How do I put it? You've got more attractive items, yes. Attractive? Huh? Let's see. The profile? Oh, Miss Eeny is really cute in this picture, you'd agree, right? Yeah, sure. I wish I could see her again. Maybe the next time she has a big accident. Yes. I'll tell her for you. Huh? Yes, please. I'll be waiting for her. Oh, yes, waiting. Meeny. About this person. I feel like somewhere. I've seen her before, yes, I think. Well, when she comes tomorrow for a consultation, I'm sure we can get reacquainted. I don't believe this. Director Hottie purported. A peculiar patient who claims to be Director Hottie seems to be extremely healthy. Well, what can I present to him to get him to talk? My badge? What's this? I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder. Yes. What is with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes? The trial is tomorrow, and I'd really like some information from you. Is that right? Well, you know, I think I could let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually. I am not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that. What do you mean? Do you have to explain this? Do I have to explain this to him? Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Huh? I'm actually... This clinic, see, I'm like this place's walking dictionopedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. And my specialty is in young, silky smooth, hottie patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah, how about you keep that kind of information to yourself? Anyway, you want to know about little Miss Eeny Meeny, right? Little Miss Eeny Meeny? That girl, I remember her especially well, really, especially very well. right, well, talk to me. Please tell me what you know about Eenie Meenie.
Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the General Hospital. That was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases.
What was she ill with?
Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see it was a huge wound at that.
A huge injury?
Her whole body was wrapped round and round in bandages, and her arm was in a cast.
That sounds pretty severe, all right.
Yes. It was an accident. An accident. They're scary as cars. Yes.
Car? You mean it was a traffic accident?
Yup. That's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. Yes. I looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes.
Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Operation. Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation?
Are you talking about Miss Enie's operation?
Yes, Miss Enie's.
That was one heck of an accident. Oh, yes. Her whole face was burned like bad toast. It was bad. Very bad.
Was it really that bad?
It was a good thing that Miss Enie had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together.
Picture?
That girl, see, she just gotten her license. So she just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes.
Oh.
So see, I got her picture. It was a good way to remember her. Yes, well, more like swiped.
Breach of ethics? Oh, wait.
What? A pretty girl like her? I bet she has lots of pictures of herself.
Sure.
It's a treasure. My treasure. Precious.
What happened to the actual license itself? Nice Lord of the Rings reference, too.
Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It probably got burned up along with the car. Yes.
Enie's photo for her driver's license. Director Hottie's treasured possession. So you looked up information on Enie's accident, correct?
Yeah, sure did. Yes. I read every paper that covered it at the time.
What kind of accident was it? Do you remember?
Yes. Hold on. I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean.
Huh? You have it?
Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so...
Obsessive to the max, but I bet I could learn about how to stay on the lead from this guy.
Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Enie was in the passenger seat.
The passenger seat, huh?
And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Enie fought with the door, finally got it to open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all of the details in the article. Yes.
Newspaper clipping 2, articles about the car accident. A new clue. I should probably look this over.
It's been half a year since Miss Enie had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year.
It's already been half a year, huh?
Oh, yeah, so how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, yes, well then, I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Enie I said hi, okay? Yes.
It's time for me to leave, too.
Yes.
Okay. It's definitely time to leave. June 21st, Karine Village.
Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic?
Yeah. I found out a few things, I guess.
What's the matter? You ain't looking so well.
Oh, yeah. So earlier, that old granny called the cops.
Huh?
The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell them. Things are sure getting interesting. Well, first, let's look at this article. Alright. Late night crash. 2 women's car crashed into a highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was a crash and like I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and got out. I don't like remember anything else. Doctor lurking in the shadows? If Miss Eenie Meenie is to be believed, the one driving the car was her sister Mimi Meenie. Mimi Meenie was the nurse at Gray Surgery Clinic where 14 patients were accidentally overdosed to their death. Is this then just a mere coincidence? Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's talk to Lotta some more. Oh, but honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into? A murder, that's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. Really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat? Yep. Right now, the master is this medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? What? So I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter? Turns out that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister. Uh-oh? They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow, Granny there lost to her younger sister, Misty. I see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sorts of things, too, like she's the oldest, and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Interesting. Well, there's a big fat motive. Do you know where Amy is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around the garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. Alright. Can I present this to her? No, okay, not interested. Alright. Let's go to the Winding Way. June 21st, Fay Manor, Winding Way. Hey, like I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Alright, traffic accident. Let's Magatama! The traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Amy just asked, whose accident? Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Wait, I pressed the wrong thing. Hang on. Yeah, let me skip past that. Someone in mind. Well, we talked about that. How about her accident? I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Yep. Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. Ah, you suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted in a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Meenie, is, like, pretty common. Yeah, right. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Meenie, is in here, too. Like, totally, wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm gonna let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? Yeah. The license photo. This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you.
That creepy fake director.
Now are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure, but that's, like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be... your sister? I believe it was your sister, Mimi Meanie. Mimi, you were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Nice. All right, traffic accident. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, like, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Gray. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give Innie a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. Seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm gonna serve you a slice of humble pie. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, okay. I guess that's all we can talk about with her. Let's see. Hey, there's something new here. June 21st, Crime Village. Huh? Looks like something's up. Stop, please. Leave my mother alone.
Ow! Hey! Hold on, okay, pal? I'm not gonna hurt.
Pearl, dear, it is perfectly all right. I will be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too. No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But...
oh, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look. It's a real pistol. Detective! Do not upset me further. Oh, sorry. Poor Gumshoe. Being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow.
Mother, this has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick, I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is gonna happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix, anything. Ugh, I am terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be all right. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Ugh. All right. So go see Maya. That seems to be what they're asking us to do. June 21st, 6:38 p.m., Detention Center Visitors Room. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia! So, how are preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now, I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few psych locks of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure. I welcome you to try. Alright. The murderer. Mia? Yes. Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean? Here we go. 3 cyclops. Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. Ugh. Let's talk about the other stuff first. Tomorrow's trial. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean, like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started, which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. That's what I think, in any case. But Maya's already said there wasn't anyone else in there. That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. Huh. Alright, Korean channeling technique. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling, and I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Amy Faye, acquired. I've heard that name before. The Faye family was originally known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Amy was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism. Amitabha. I'm gonna try to pronounce that. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Korean sacred urn. It usually sits in the winding way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? Right. Alright, Cyclock time. Let's do it. The murderer. Phoenix, I think I'm hiding information about someone from you. Isn't that right? Yes. Alright then. Tell me, who you think I'm protecting? The only person who is... No, shoot. Alright. Yeah. Who is... The only person who makes the most sense is a relative, and the person who is the most suspicious is Morgan. Morgan Faye, of course. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. The black key. My evidence is this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. And yet, somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. The person taking care of Maya, Morgan. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened. Long after? Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator. But that prosecutor would use something like this small to shred your case. Do you have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan? The clothing box. That's not it. Shoot. The scrap. Yeah. This is the other piece of evidence that points to Morgan as the culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. But this piece may not even be from Maya's costume. But this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve, and both the key and this piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya. My aunt. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it? Huh. I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? Eeny meeny, right? Eeny meeny. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eeny meeny were in cahoots. Yeah, it's all coming together. Murderer. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. The person who would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village itself to do this. But Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eeny Meeny is involved somehow. But we have one big problem on our hands. A problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eeny. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Then there's only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because? Mother. She's the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fay. Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. To be continued. I think I'm actually going to call it there. Since we're heading into the trial, we can jump in next time with the trial and wrap up episode 2. It's exciting. All right, we will see you then.